Hey Jeepers, Pat here from Journey to Jeeping. Today we are going to be installing some new headlights. We are going to be switching from the stock headlights to the projector with the halo. The kit that we purchased was off of a company called OFFGRID, and basically we're going to walk you through the whole install. So before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into this one. All right, guys, so this is the box from OFFGRID. It is the projector headlights with the halos, and we are just going to open the box and see what's inside. So it comes in a decent package. It's so we got some instructions here. All right, so we've got instructions. Looks like it's going to show us pictures, descriptions, and everything. So that's good. Little questions of installation. So that's good. It looks like it comes with some helpful information anyhow, so that's good. We've got some good foam packaging. So these are obviously kept in great shape during shipping, which is really nice to see. Really take a look at these. These are beautiful. Really nice units. So keep that plastic on for now. So we've got two headlights with halos. Looks like we've got the wiring harness there. We got two of those. And looks like that's going to plug into the back of your new projectors, and that will plug right back into your stock. Let's see, pull these out, take a look at them. So it's a nice unit here. So we've got a lot of space for heat removal. Nice waterproof rubber grommets there. So it's very well done. Very well done. All right, and we've already got wiring out here for our halos. Daytime running lights, that's good. Again, we're gonna keep that plastic on. I'm just moving over to this one here. I'm gonna pop this headlight out as well. All right, so it looks like we've got same unit there. Very nice, good. This is what, so this is going to plug into our fuse box, and that's going to give us the ability to only have the halos running, or the daytime running lights portion, whenever the car is on. So that way we don't have to hook it up to a switch or anything. It'll just get its auxiliary power when the ignition's on. So very well done. Very well done. All right, so the first step here is we need to remove our grille. So what we're going to do is you have these little tabs here. There's, let's say, about 6 here. And all we're going to do is just take a flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to pop them up, pull them out. Now, if you have a plastic puller, I definitely recommend using that as opposed to just a flathead. This is great just to get it started, but you do have to be careful not to scratch any of your paint when you're really popping it out there. So anyways, just something to think about. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we're just going to give it a little pull. Now, the one thing you want to be careful is don't reef on it, because you still have your
little lights here, they're still connected in the back. So you don't want to pull too hard, just enough to just kind of pop it off of it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
All right, so what you're gonna want to do is, if you look down on this light here, your outlet that you plug in, like you're fitting here, there's a little red tab on it. So that's what you're gonna want to press back to pop this off. It's just more like a safety tab. I'll show you once we get this grill out of the way. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll take a look at that plug. Just remove this for now. We'll just set this aside. Okay, just so you can see a little bit better. So just behind here, so we have this little safety clip here. So we just want to press this up and push down on the clip. And then you're just going to wiggle it out. And that's it. Pretty simple. Just something to remember because you don't want to break that clip. Okay, so now we're at the point where we're going to need to remove this casing around our headlight. So basically all this is doing is just holding it in place. We're gonna undo these and then the headlight will just slide right out. So we'll get our tool and we'll pull that right out. Okay, so what we're using on this one is a T15, and we're just gonna pull out these, got about 4 screws here. That's just going to slide right out. And all that does is just hold your headlight in place. So we're going to reuse this again, but probably not a bad idea just to clean it up and make it look a little nicer. As you'll notice, I do with most of my stuff when I take it off, I'll spend some time and clean them all up after. So as I was in the middle of doing this, I just kind of noticed once I took the grill off, you can see I've got a little bit of rust going on here. So I just want to take a couple seconds here and just kind of just blast it with a little bit of rust paint just to keep it from getting worse. You don't want to end up having an issue down the road. So while we're waiting on that to dry, I'm just going to take this moment to do a little bit of cleaning. Just kind of touch up some areas while we're waiting, and we'll carry on after. Okay, so now we're just going to do the exact same thing on this side. Remove these. Again, that's a T15. All right, so the next part we want to do is we're going to remove these headlights and we're going to attach these connectors here for our new ones. So we'll just pull those out right now. And just remember that we have the same little security clips on them as well as we did on our turn signals. So just be mindful of that. So again, if you can see, it's just a little red clip, same as last time. So we're just going to pull that out. Remove these, same way we did the other ones. There we go.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, so now that we have that out, we're going to take our two little headlight harnesses here, and we're going to plug them in. And just remember, once you put them in, we're going to press that clip back down again. All right, so next up, we're going to take the headlights out. I'm going to plug one in each, and then we're going to show you where I ran the wire. Okay, so we have them both plugged in, and we're going to test them just to make sure that they are working. We're going to test our low and high beam. Okay, so it looks like they're both working, and now we're going to have to hook up the halos.
Okay, so what I've done for the harness to hook up the halos, we run it across here. So we're feeding the one wire, which is going to come down here, and that's going to plug right into the red wire on the back of this bulb. We've got the other one coming right across. We're going to do the same thing on this side here. And then I'm just going to follow this up. You can see the other end of this. It's going to go right to our fuse panel. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this one right here. So you're going to see there is a open slot right there, and that's actually set up for your heated seats. We don't have them, so we've got an open slot there. So that's where we're going to end up plugging this in. That's where we're going to get our power from. So I just thought we'd walk through that and get a closer look. Okay, so here, what I did is I found my turn signal, and I've cut some wire. I'm going to splice into this right here. I'm going to solder these together and put some heat shrink on it, and then that way it'll give me a little bit extra to run into the green wire on this harness. So I'm going to give that a shot and just give me a little bit of extra wiggle room to work with, and yeah, hopefully that works out. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually gone in and I soldered these wires right in, and I did the same. So I just took the ends off, so you can see it there. So I just clipped the ends off the green, just because I wanted to solder it in, just make it a little more permanent, but yeah, so that's it. It works. So what I will do now is I will show you, just make sure, one quick thing though, make sure you put this bulb back in. When you do test it, it will start flashing and you'll get a thing on your dash saying left bulb or right bulb turn signals out if you don't put it back in, and then it'll start flashing really fast.
All right, so we're going to turn it on, test it out, and make sure both lights are working. So as you can see, we have halos turning an amber color along with our turn signal, and they're working in sync. So everything's connected good, and that's great. So now all we're going to do is just button it all up, and we're good to go.
a game, it's a rich thing.
Alright guys, so now we're all buttoned up, and as you can see, it's looking good. Everything's working well, and they're much brighter than the stock ones, and they look pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for checking it out, and if you have any questions or any struggles when you attempt this, just leave a comment below and let me know, and I'm glad to help you out. Anyways, thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one.